What if your harshest critic became your secret weapon? Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the company he founded. Oprah Winfrey was told she was unfit for television. What do these legends have in common? They transformed brutal criticism into rocket fuel for success. Today, I'm going to show you the exact framework they used and how you can turn every harsh word into your greatest competitive advantage. Section 1. The Criticism Paradox. Why 90% of people get criticism wrong. Here's what most people don't understand about criticism. It's not your enemy, it's free market research. While your competitors are getting defensive, you're about to learn how to extract pure gold from every negative comment, every harsh review, and every piece of constructive feedback that comes your way. But first, let me ask you something, and I want you to comment your answer below. What's the harshest criticism you've ever received? Don't worry, we've all been there. Drop that experience in the comments using the word transform, so I know you're ready to turn that pain into power. Section 2. The Michael Jordan Method, from high school reject to GOAT. Let's start with Michael Jordan. In 1978, he was a sophomore trying out for his high school varsity basketball team. The coach, Clifton Pop Herring, posted the team roster. Jordan's name wasn't on it. He was told he wasn't good enough, wasn't tall enough, wasn't ready. Most 15-year-olds would quit. Jordan did the opposite. He used that rejection as his North Star. Every morning at 6 a.m., he practiced alone. Every criticism became a checklist item to improve. Not tall enough? He worked on his vertical leap until he could practically fly. Not skilled enough? He shot 1,000 free throws daily. The Jordan method has 3 steps. First, extract the truth. Even harsh criticism usually contains a grain of accuracy. Second, create an action plan. Turn that truth into specific, measurable improvements. Third, use it as fuel. Let the emotion of that criticism drive your work ethic. Jordan didn't just make the team the next year. He became the greatest basketball player of all time. Comment Jordan Method if you're ready to apply this to your own life. Section 3. Steve Jobs and the Apple Comeback. Fired from his own company, then created the greatest comeback in business history. Now let's talk about Steve Jobs. In 1985, after a power struggle with Apple's board of directors, Jobs was essentially fired from the company he co-founded in his garage. The criticism was brutal. Bad manager. Too controlling. Vision without execution. The media called it the end of Steve Jobs. But Jobs saw it differently. He later said, "Getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have ever happened to me." Why? Because it forced him to start from zero and rebuild himself. During his 11 years away from Apple, Jobs founded Next Computer and bought Pixar. At Pixar, he learned storytelling. At Next, he mastered operational excellence. Every criticism about his leadership style became a masterclass in improvement. When Apple brought him back in 1997, the company was 90 days from bankruptcy. Jobs applied everything he'd learned from his critics. The result? The iPhone, iPad, and the most valuable company in history. The Jobs formula: embrace the pain. Don't run from harsh feedback. Learn everywhere. Use your exile to build new skills. Return stronger. Come back with capabilities your critics never imagined you could develop. If you've ever been told you're not good enough at something, drop comeback in the comments. Section 4. Oprah's television transformation on screen text, from unfit for TV to media mogul. Oprah Winfrey's story might be the most powerful of all. In 1977, she was working as a news anchor in Baltimore when her boss told her she was unfit for television news. She was too emotional, too invested in the stories, too personal. Instead of changing who she was, Oprah doubled down on exactly what her critics hated. She moved to Chicago to host a low-rated morning talk show. While other hosts stayed detached and professional, Oprah brought emotion, vulnerability, and personal connection. Her critics said she was too much. Her audience said she was exactly what they needed. Within months, her show went from last place to first. She didn't just succeed despite her flaws. She succeeded because of them. The Oprah Principle. Your greatest weakness might be your greatest strength, just in the wrong environment. Don't change your core nature, change your arena. This is crucial for content creators and entrepreneurs. If someone says you're too energetic for corporate, maybe you're perfect for social media. If they say you're too detailed for presentations, maybe you should write books. Your critics often reveal your superpowers. Comment superpower if you've been criticized for something that might actually be your greatest strength. Section 5. The Criticism Conversion Framework. Your 4-step system to transform any criticism. Now let me give you the exact framework to turn any criticism into competitive advantage. I call it the C.O.R.E method. C, collect without emotion. When you receive criticism, your first instinct is to defend or dismiss. Don't. Instead, write it down exactly as you heard it. Treat yourself like a scientist studying data. Jordan didn't argue with the coach who cut him. He absorbed the feedback completely. O, organize by category. Sort criticism into 3 buckets. Skills, things you can learn. Systems, processes you can improve. And style, aspects of your personality. Jobs was criticized for all 3. He systematically addressed each category. R, research the truth. Ask yourself, is there any validity here? Even if the delivery was harsh, is there a kernel of truth? Oprah's critics were right. She was more emotional than other anchors. The question wasn't whether it was true, but whether it was actually a problem. R, respond with action. Create specific, measurable actions for each valid criticism. If someone says you're disorganized, implement a system. If they say you lack technical skills, enroll in a course. If they say you're too aggressive, practice active listening. The magic happens when you do this consistently. While your competitors are nursing wounded egos, you're systematically eliminating weaknesses and amplifying strengths. Drop C.O.R.E method in the comments if you're ready to implement this framework. Section 6. Your Criticism Action Plan. Turn your critics into your success team. Here's your homework, and I want you to commit to this in the comments. Think of the 3 most recent criticisms you've received, from your boss, a client, a family member, or even a harsh comment online. For each criticism, I want you to ask these questions. 1. What specific skill could I develop to address this? 2. What system could I implement to prevent this issue? 3. How could I reframe this weakness as a strength in a different context? Michael Jordan's critics said he wasn't tall enough, so he developed an unstoppable fadeaway jump shot that height couldn't defend against. Steve Jobs' critics said he was too controlling, so he channeled that into creating products with unprecedented attention to detail. Oprah's critics said she was too emotional, so she built a media empire based on authentic human connection. Your critics are accidentally giving you a roadmap to greatness. They're showing you exactly what separates you from extraordinary success. But here's the key. You have to act on it. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. Comment I commit if you're ready to turn your critics into your coaches. Closing, subscribe for more success strategies. If this video shifted your perspective on criticism, here's what I need you to do right now. First, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for Meets Wisdom. We're building a community of people who turn obstacles into opportunities. Second, give this video a thumbs up if you're ready to see criticism differently. Your like tells YouTube to share this message with someone who desperately needs to hear it. Third, share your biggest takeaway in the comments. Use one of these words so I know you watched the full video. Transform, Jordan method, comeback, superpower, C.O.R.E method, or I commit. Remember, every person who ever achieved greatness had critics. The difference between legends and everyone else isn't the absence of criticism. It's the response to it. Your critics aren't trying to stop you. They're trying to forge you into someone unstoppable. Until then, remember, your critics are your secret success team. They just don't know it yet.